Alright. I mean, normally Pango doesn't move during the black hole. Alright, let us begin. We've got OG versus Team Secret in the DPC Season 3, Division 1 of Western Europe. It's a mouthful. We're gonna have Uragi playing on the safe lane Bloodseeker. Amar, in typical fashion, playing one of the farm-heavy off-lane type of heroes in Viper. Misha is now in for Seb. They get their full roster. Interesting to see how they will do with that adjustment, but he'll be playing Treant Protector as a POS 5. Taiga on his signature Enigma at this point. He boarded this hero a lot at the major and did incredibly well on it as well. And then last but not least, BZM will be playing his Void Spirit in the middle lane. For Team Secret here, we're going to have Nisha playing Pangolier mid. Puppy on another signature here on the Chen. Haven't seen Chen in a minute. Crystallis recently replacing Sumel as the now carry, playing the Razor in the safe lane. And for the off lane for Seeker, we're going to have Yapsar on the POS for Doom and Ice on the Necrophos. So as far as like the laning stage goes, they're making a couple adjustments here, which I actually really like. Is they're putting the Treant Protector with the Viper. Viper's a hero that doesn't want to like just sit back and get farmed. He wants to be aggressive. When you play with Enigma, generally he just wants to deny for you and play a bit passive, so you'll usually put him with like a Mars or a tanky melee hero in your lane. But knowing that Amar wants to be super aggressive and like punish this Razor, I think this is a great adjustment that they're making to this game number 1 here by putting Amar with the Treant Protector here instead of the Enigma. Your Puppy decided to go for Divine Favor level 1 here. He's got the headdress. This is gonna give 1.5 regen, 1 armor. Honestly, not that great. It's okay. So they're getting 3.5 regen and 1 armor from that skill. Not bad, but it's also not great either. We'll see what he picks up at level 2, if he's actually going to go for the creeps or if he's going to just go for a penitence build, which would be pretty good, honestly, with this Razor when they get a couple levels here. As far as the laning stage goes, this mid lane should be fairly even. It's going to come down to who CS is a bit better. The bottles should be coming out. It's actually a bit late here. Didn't get a couple CS here on Nisha. No, BZM might have a bit of an opening here to force him to take a rune before even getting his bottle. Let's see if he can do it. It's going to pressure him a bit, but it looks like he'll not be able to get both unless he goes now and TPs, but no big deal here. It looks like BZM is doing quite well here in this mid lane. A little bit of advantage on CS. In the top lane here, we have the Viper versus the Razor. Interesting lane matchup. Like, Razor's a very difficult hero to beat in lane, and Viper's not a bad choice. A lot of magical damage, so even if you go in there and you take all of Viper's damage, he has the poison attack that can just stack up on you and do tons of magic damage. So pretty good choice here by Amar to counter pick this Razor, a hero that's really not used to losing in the laning stage at all. Down here on the bottom lane, should just be a trade and farm really for the most part, but I expect OG to like lose this lane just because the nature of Enigma. Like, you can technically win your lane as Enigma, it's not impossible, but generally speaking, you're not going to like win lanes with this hero. You're just kind of like getting the hero in the game. His toolkit is like so good. And this is why OG like favors the hero a lot. Stun is an amazing spell. Eidolon's great. It's kind of like a farming tool. A bit of a deny, helps with the early game. Midnight Pulse, also like probably Enigma's best spell. And then of course there's Black Hole, which is the big team fight winner. The hero's just like so strong. Big fan. So 4 minutes coming out. Very popular trick that people are doing right now, you can kind of see in these games, is at 3 minutes, you'll see heroes from the mid lane. We'll see if they did it in this game. So Puppy actually ended up securing this one. But what happens quite a bit in these games is you take the 2-minute bounty and then you go to the enemy's bounty rune, right? So for BZM, he could push this lane out and walk up and take this bounty. For Nisha, he can push this lane out and walk up and take this bounty. But in this particular game, Puppy is playing Chen, so he's actually already in the jungle, so nothing's going to happen of that nature. In fact, I think Nisha ends up getting both. Very interesting. Puppy decides to secure the 3-minute bounty in the mid lane. A little bit of like a development of the mid lane here. I've actually seen Taiga do this so much. He snipes Eidolons. I mean, sorry, he snipes couriers with his Eidolons all day long here. Pretty good. Oh, this Razor's struggling quite a bit in this lane, and I don't think this lane gets any easier for the Razor. Like, he's gonna have to just survive for the most part. This is like so OP. Like, why did they do this? Oh, looks like they're going here on Ice. Nice little stun, and they're gonna get a first blood on Uragi here. This Necrophos with 25 CS winning the lane is gonna go down. I was talking about how like this Doom, everyone gets this creep. Like, for some reason they made it so you get this mana burn spell, right? You burn enemy mana, but it also gives you 2.5 mana regen, so you have unlimited mana burn. It's ridiculous. It's actually so dumb. Like, last patch, you could burn someone's mana, but it would actually take all of your mana to burn their mana. But this one is just like free mana burn. Pays for itself. It looks like Amar and Misha here are going to go for a dive here. Do they have glyph available? Are they going to use it? They're not using it. They want to dive, but there's no glyph. Oh, so Misha takes a couple tower hits here. They try to go on Puppy. Still not using their glyph. Crystallis is taking a lot of damage away from Amar here, and Amar's just going to have to back up, and Puppy and Crystallis back up. No big deal here. They're going to region up. And that'll be it. I mean, they did have glyph available. I really think that they should have used that glyph for that dive, because they could have kept going and the tree wouldn't have been to take in all that damage. So sometimes when you're like trying to like dive people in their towers, just remember that your glyph, no one's really going to use it in the early game. You can just use it. And again, they got the combination here, the Blood Rite into the Malefice, and Ice is gonna get chased down. Yuragi's taking a bit of damage here, but he's gonna get the kill and heal up a little bit. So I was saying how this lane on bottom for OG like shouldn't be expecting to win, but it can. And yet again, it's delivering here. The Malefice and the Blood Rite seems to be a little too strong. Ice has not opted to put a point into this Ghost Shroud, which I'm sure he's regretting right now. And I will be super surprised if at level 5 he doesn't put a point into it, because he's just getting right-clicked down by Yuragi during the stuns. Let's see real quick with 6-minute runes. I want to see if there's any rotations in this game. So Yapsor's helping with the rune. BZM is too low to actually do anything about the runes, so I think in this case it's okay for OG to just give up the runes. Misha taking a bit of damage, but no big deal. You can still see here this Razor's struggling quite a bit here in the safe lane. Crystallis on his Razor not having the best game. Amar, good in CS, but what Puppy is doing for him is Crystallis is level 5 now, so he is getting like pretty much full EXP. And Amar is sharing a bit of his EXP here. And I think when Amar gets level 5, this lane becomes pretty impossible for Razor. But if he does have his ultimate up, there might be a chance. You can see how passive this Razor's playing here. Doesn't want to get dove. Alright, Pangolier got the 6-minute rune. He TP's up with invisibility. Does Amar see it coming? They're going to start playing aggressive here. He doesn't have mana for roll. Doesn't even need it. And it looks like Amar will be going down here, one of the more farmed heroes in the game. I guess his farm is about on par with everyone else. It's just he has a lot of denies on the Razor. So Nisha with a great rotation here. I want to see how like he prepped this initiation. So he had this bottled invis the entire time. BZM goes to farm here. He just shoves it up quickly. Orbit Corrosion allows you to one-shot the range creep here. He's got a Clarity rolling, and I imagine he just goes now without using spells on this. Yeah, okay. So honestly, this rotation's a little bit slow from Nisha, but I don't think they knew in this moment what they wanted to do. But the idea of the rotation's great. You, as a mid laner, you want to shove out the lane really quickly. And then after you shove the lane out, you have two choices. Either you rotate, walk down here, get a kill, walk up here, get a kill, or TP, both work. Or you just go farm a small camp or something like that. So he sees the opening. Instead of farming this camp, I mean, he walked out of like vision of the ward too. Pretty important that you go back a little bit as well. And it's even less telling if like, honestly, run to your own small camp, right? You just like run to here and they're like, oh, he's farming it for sure. But instead, he actually just ends up TPing. So pretty smart. And then he's gonna be back as well for the 8-minute rune here, it looks like. And we're gonna see if there's any emphasis on any of the supports checking rune. It looks like Yapsa really wants to check the rune, and bottom's just a disaster. It looks like at this point, if Doom ever leaves, he's just done for. But it's like, what is Doom accomplishing in this game? Haven't really seen much yet. It's just mana burning BZM mid. And it looks like the rune will be bottled by BZM. Did he get it while in... No way. He did. All right, boys, you can pick up runes while in Dissimulate. Very interesting. I did not know that. I don't play mid very much, so it's really cool to see some of these mid mechanics from these guys who play mid every single game. It's like so funny to like watch like the progression of neutral creeps, right? It's like, look at this. Attack damage reduction, 50% when you hit him. This has Tornado now. Like, instead of getting the big creeps now, you just get all like the little trash creeps. They're actually stronger. And it's pretty insane. But this is attack damage, total attack damage. Does it work on magic damage? I'm not sure about that one. It looks like they're going to try going here. Crystallis is level 6 now, but he will get a bunch of poisons on him. But the mech is online for Puppy. But even with the mech, it's still too much damage. And you're kind of seeing here why this Viper, sorry, is really good versus the Razor. Even if you take all his damage, just the pure magic damage is gonna kill you, even while he's getting healed by a Chin. Absolutely insane. And it's only gonna get worse too, because he's only level 5. At level 6, there's gonna be even more damage with the Viper Strike on top of it. So BZM having a pretty chill game. So like, you have to really look at this. Like, YapzOr, all he's been doing this game is just sitting mid and mana burning BZM, which might have an impact on the rotations he's able to make in this game. But as a trade-off, this Necrophos, what, how many deaths has he got now? He's 0-3. He can't even lane, and you don't pick Necro as a hero to just get sacked in the lane. You want to win your lane. So I found it like really weird that Secret's not interested in winning this bot lane. I guess after a couple deaths, they felt like they couldn't. Looks like Secret is going to bring Nisha up to the top lane with his roll, and they're going to kill Misha. And Amar has no TP. He's going to chill here, but we have BZM rotating up. Oh, Uragi has made a rotation here too, right onto Crystallis with the Rupture here and the Blood Right to follow. And he's going to go down. And Ice has also joined the fray here, and this might actually result in Uragi dying. Amar and BZM are here, but it looks like they're biting off a little more than can chew, but Taiga is here with the Black Hole. Is there something they can do? Nope, he's doomed now in the Enigma. The Hand of God is going to come out, so it looks like Amar will mop up the Necrophos here, but he will potentially trade his life in return. No, but Misha is here. Never mind. Nisha and Misha are both in the game with the shield crash to kill him. So I kind of want to go back and like look at all those rotations from everyone, because this is a kind of a unique example of everyone doing something different from what you would see. So first of all, they dive Puppy here. There's nothing strange about this. Puppy will go down. His creeps are going to go down. But Nisha TP'd in. BZM walked. They end up using roll just to kill Misha. But Uragi, this is the one I really want to like take note here. Yet again, right? This is like the concept I mentioned in my older videos. I call this playing like Seb. It's you push the lane out and you look at your choices. What are his choices? He can either just chill here and wait for this wave to come into him, right? He can farm this camp, or he can immediately TP because his team is diving here, and him TPing up here is the difference maker of them being able to get more kills or not. And it's also going to force Ice into a very awkward situation. So I'll kind of give you an example, right? So he starts TPing now as action's happening because he knows if he doesn't come to this fight, they will not be able to continue. They'll just have to back. But because he's here, because there's no rule, now they can dive this Razor and kill him. And that now leaves a situation for Ice to decide, what do I need to do here as a Necrophos? Do I join this? Then I lose all this farm here, right? And I think him going to this is not bad. I don't think it's necessary, but the fact that this lane now has nobody in it isn't great for them. And I'm going to rewind just a little bit more because I think Taiga should not have came to this fight, personally speaking. And this is why. This is like the only reason why. I don't think it's good to like do a 10v10 at 10 minutes into the game. I'm sure it's fun, but like, what does Taiga like really gonna accomplish here? Right? So Ice TP'd. And now this only feels bad for OG in one case, right? So basically they trade their carries. And I don't think Uragi really thought that Ice would TP like this, because it's very irregular for, you know, your offlaner to TP to your safe lane. Like, I don't think I've ever seen Amar, like, do that this early into the game, right? He wants to get farmed. He wants to get, like, a lot of items in the early game. But the fact that Ice TP'd up here isn't being punished by OG because Taiga TP'd up here. Let's go back to see what Taiga was doing during this whole sequence, right? He was farming, right? He's level 6. He's farming. Uragi TP'd. I really think Taiga should just stay here and keep farming. Like, all these creeps are going to come into here. He's going to get ultra farmed by staying in this lane. And if Ice does TP up to this fight, then that means even if they kill Uragi, they're going to get a net worth lead on OG because they're just leaving one lane completely alone. Nobody is here. But the fact that they didn't capitalize this on OG and take this farm on Taiga, they got the kills here, right? They continued to fight, and Taiga ends up getting doomed and has to back up. It becomes a situation where they're not really getting much out of the map at this point. And so they lose out on this fight. And Taiga just has to run back to base now, pretty much. Or just farm over here, whatever he wants to choose. But now Secret's in a position... Uh-oh. Puppy may have messed up a little bit there and letting his catapult die. No, Secret's the one pressuring this tower instead. So a good choice here by Amar. At this point in the game, things got a little awkward on the top lane, but Amar realizes that he no longer is going to be pressuring this tower. And Uragi needs space to farm, and he doesn't want to go back to the safe lane. You never want to go back to your safe lane when things get rough. Looks like Amar here is going to get initiated on here by Ice Ice Ice. And, oh, the living armor barely heals him up. What happened here anyway? I kind of want to talk a little bit of when you're playing on the lane. I guess you'd call it in the dead lane in this particular case for now. It's more of like when you're alone in the safe lane and the enemy team is playing there, pretty much, right? So in this specific case, I think it's a bit greedy by Amar to do what he did and completely unnecessary. So you see here, this is the formation for OG. BZM's mid, Taiga has like no HP, he just got Tranquils, he's healing up a little bit. You have Uragi in the jungle, Misha's taking the top farm. He sees that Puppy's down here, and he's completely alone. You'll have to like think about what is Amar trying to do here. Like, he sees a creep, he's trying to go in, he gets tossed in. And now he's in a situation where he can almost die here. In fact, he is pretty lucky to not die here. So the moral of the story is when you're in a situation like this, he should chill because his team was coming to him, right? If he would have just waited a little bit, I think they could have easily just got a kill there. Let's wait for the boys to show up. I mean, I covered a ton of OG recently, and they're running the same strategies over and over again. And they like to protect their safe lane. So Omar goes down here, and the goal of him being down here is to wait for his team to come, and they want to defend it. They don't want to give this tower away. And they realize they're not going to pressure this tower here. So they just need to wait for BZM to make his way down here. Wait for Taiga to make his way down here. There's no Doom right now. Doom's showing as well. So if Amar doesn't get like this low, maybe he just got a little bit surprised by, you know, the hurricane here. But the fact that like this happens means that BZM's rotation is now going to be much more difficult to succeed. He's going to pop his head up and show anyway. But now Secret's just kind of like stare at them. They're gonna have a little bit of a showdown here, but nothing's gonna happen. And Secret's doing a good job here. They're out farming OG. OG got 3 heroes sitting here AFK. Uragi's farming, but at the same time, you got Ice farming, got Nisha farming, Crystallis is farming. They're really just out farming him at this point. Both teams realize if they go for a tower at this point in the game, that it'll be quite risky and dangerous. And there's the risk reward for going for early tier 1s is like, it's not worth it. You have to bring like 4 to 5 heroes to be there in time, and the reason for that is like you have to be there as 5 to take this tower, whereas the enemy doesn't have to be there as 5 to defend. They have TPs, right? So if you start going for this tower, they can just be farming here. Uragi can even show up later. They can just TP and be there. But if you want to commit 5 heroes to go for a tower, you're not farming in that time. So I imagine both teams are just probably going to chill and farm for the most part, at least not with all their heroes. Like plays like these are fine, they're good. Like, you don't want to like stop farming on heroes. Like Amar on his Viper, he's continuously farming. Uragi's continuously farming. You can make these 2-man smoke ganks, kill a Chen. End of the day, it's whatever. Not really game changing or anything, but it is making something happen on the map. It's better than everyone just farming. All right, 14 minutes. We're going for runes now. Going for the trade, and it looks like BZM will get it, and Nisha will be sad. Fusel Blade online for the Pangolier. We've got a Blink Dagger on Yapsor here now. 14 minutes in the game. Doom is up. They're doing, yet again, you're seeing a 2-man smoke. You just saw BZM plus Taiga. Now you're seeing Nisha plus Yapsor. The POS 4 and mids like to connect. Black Hole is up. And looks like he will be using it. Will there be any rotations coming in? Misha is here, but it looks like he is going to just go down. OG decide that they want no part of this fight. Taiga thought he was setting something up, but he was not. So in return, Amar doing the right thing, sees all the heroes bottom. This is a 5-man rotation from Team Secret. So wisely, OG decide, what's the plan? They're gonna push mid, they're gonna push top. And you'll see the net worth, like, even though they're getting some kills here and there, you're kind of noticing that they're not getting a huge advantage. They just got a tower now, which means they went up to 1k. But you're going to see that that's probably going to go down to less than 1,000 if this continues, because they might lose their mid here soon. Poppy doing a really good job about pretty much just micro, right? Moving his creeps mid to help defend, otherwise they may have just lost that. Yapsor still has Doom available. Nisha's TP'd up. It looks like they want to play together here. But OG has brought Taiga to the top lane. No Black Hole, though.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And they're trying to burst him here on Yapsor, but it looks like he's just going to get doomed here. But Amar is here. And roll is up again, so Nisha no longer cares about Amar. I think Nisha should probably go for Amar here. Nope, he's gonna finish him off. Looks like Crystallis here is just gonna keep the Viper busy. Meanwhile, you see Uragi's still on the farm train here, while Crystallis is joining the fight. A bit of a trade. So far this game incredibly even right now. Both mids looking to make things happen on the map, and both mids are making things happen on the map as well. But the real breadwinner here is Uragi at the moment, and Nisha has 20 sticks here. Viper Strike in 3 seconds. Oh, but Nisha's gonna go in. Interesting, onto Amar. Amar has no more mana, no stick. We're gonna use a Reaper Scythe, and he's gonna go down. Nisha jukes here. We're gonna have a mech by the Chen. BZM, he's gonna have to be a little careful here, but it looks like he is going to get out. And on the back lines here, it looks like Taiga died as well. So now Team Secret are really bringing things together here. Bringing more and more heroes to these fights and getting kills. I do want to check out like how many heroes they brought here. So Ice has travels, so we can be there immediately. Yapsar has no TP. Crystallis is kind of low. So this is like after initial doom. Yeah, I don't like this play. I think this is completely unnecessary from Misha here. Like, he thinks that he sees something here, right? And I don't like blame him either. Like, this is like something that's not easy to gauge. You're like, oh, I got him, let's get him. But in reality, they're gonna get a free tower here. BZM's dead, right? He just got doomed. They have Eidolons and Amar with a Dragonlance just hitting this tower. They're farming this camp over here. This is like really unnecessary, right? So like they use all their spells. He's got a 20 magic wand here. So Amar's like, all right, I guess I'll go in. He feels a little weird about this. Necro TP's in. And now Amar's just dead. So this went from a free tower to the tower not dying to Amar dying. I don't even know how Taiga just died. He just like died to Shen creeps, I guess. Yeah, he's just dead. Shen creeps. That's it. And this is all because they kind of got baited here by Misha to like, oh, let's go on the Pango. Instead of just take the free tower, Uragi would have continued to farm this, he would have stacked this, and then honestly, OG would have been in a great shape here. But this is like the first part of the game where Secret gets the big win. So you're going to see Yapsar, after he comes up here, immediately TP spot him. I call this like the 2-1-2 type of like positioning, where there's 3 lanes in Dota, right? So why I call it 2-1-2 is to put 2 on both side lanes, 2 here, 2 here, and just 1 hero mid that just shoves it out. And you try to put both supports. It doesn't have to be supports, it has to be like kind of like your killers on the side lanes. And it empowers whoever's pushing this lane. So one person will push the lane, right? In this particular case, it's going to be Crystallis, right? And then Doom will just be farming the jungle nearby. However, if one hero does show up here all by themselves, Doom will be nearby to jump. And vice versa too. Like if Chen wants to farm the jungle here, and Pango wants to shove this lane out, now they have kill threat on both lanes, and they're farming both jungles and both lanes. This is like the most risky playstyle. It's the highest risk, highest reward type of playstyle you can do. And it's pretty much just like meant for total map efficiency, where you're farming as much as you can on the map. So Yapsar TP's bottom. Puppy's gonna chill up here for as long as they let him, I imagine. Stallis is gonna push the wave out. Now OG has a choice. Do they want a showdown here? But Yapsar will be here, ready with the War Stomp. No Doom. Drop some wards. Vision is looking quite good in this bottom lane for Team Secret right now. Vision looking a little rough for OG. Looks like they want to go on Yapsar here. They're going to end up going in with the Rupture. He's going to follow with the roll, but he is completely alone at the moment. He has an Astral Step in 1. Will he be able to get BZM? I doubt it here. So my boy Yapsar here, I'd probably like have a couple words with him for this one. What is this? You know, I mean, can you wait for your team? He's got to wait. That's all it is. He just has to wait for his team here. Because what ends up happening is he makes his initiation, which is a good initiation in theory if Nisha was close to the team. But Nisha is so far away right now that he can't do anything about this. And so OG TP's in, realizing Yapsar went in. And now Yapsar is just dead, right? Doom was up in 15 seconds. I think if Secret played this a bit more patiently, they could have made something great happen here. They could have just waited for Doom even. At worst case scenario, I don't think they needed to, but he needed to for sure wait for Nisha. And I feel sorry for casters who have to cast OG versus Secret. Nisha and Misha. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. All right, Misha is going to smoke Amar yet again. You see what he did here? You push the lane, then you smoke. This is a playing like Seb moment. Can immortalize this. Push the lane, and then you make a play. Don't make plays when your lanes are shoved into you. Shove the lanes, and then make a play. And you see they're looking for something on mid here, but the lane is shoved. So Secret already left. You're seeing a trend here. BZM doing a good job of playing hard to kill. Looking at vision in this particular moment, right? It's what OG see. It's not bad. They got some vision. It's this ward. And you can look at what Secret's seeing. Also pretty good. Decent vision. So they're just kind of like dancing around and waiting for the opportunity. And Yapsor, yet again, gets caught here when he needs to be the initiator. So let me see what happened here. How do they see Yapsor? Is he on vision? I hate to point it out again, but Yapsor is just so out of position. I mean, I think he's like thinking that he wants to dive, but look how far back BZM is here. I mean, I'll give credit to BZM as well. Like, he's playing in the right spot. Like, I would agree that Yapsor should jump if Void Spirit was here. But, like, his team is already back. Like, Razor's already back here. They're not diving. Chen's already walking back. Like, even if he dooms him right here, you don't want to dive that. There's no way. Unless your team is, like, unless, like, let's say OG Taiga, right? If Taiga was, you know, Puppy instead. If, like, Secret were surrounding this tower, then this dive would be okay. But this is just too far back, and Yapsor just kind of dies for this play. And these type of plays can, like, surrender map positioning. Now Ice will be here, but he has a ward that kind of sees everything, with Nisha also, and Puppy, lurking around. Crystallis does have BKB. I think he's going to head out, and now it's going to be the Q for Secret, because Crystallis cannot get to this fight. This outpost is not taken yet. Team Secret will have to back up just a little bit. Still a very manageable game. You're going to see Yapsor and Nisha, yet again, smoking it up. Looks like they want to try and pressure this tier 2 pretty badly, and you're going to see yet again, from this positioning, I think Nisha's gonna die here. Amar does have his BKB. He's gonna man up against the Razor. Razor also has a BKB, but Amar's just gonna TP out, but he gets bashed. There's a basher on top of Nisha here. I'll end up rewatching this in a second. And this is the first game of TPC Season 3, so you usually see some of the sloppier games during this time frame. Let's check it out. What's happening? So vision-wise, this is Secret. Secret sees this, see this. I personally am a big fan of them not doing anything until OG walks under their vision. I feel like it's also a little impatient to continuously try and go for this tower. Because like if you want to do it, you got to be there with everyone right away. But regardless, let's check out the vision for Radiant here. They've had this ward for a really long time. This ward seems to be pretty good. Hard to de-ward. Gives good vision. And then they have the classic outpost ward. And that's it. So both teams have vision around this area. And OG's vision is just superior here, right? Because they don't know that there's this ward here on Secret. They have no idea. They are smoked, however. And I think Yapsor's just trying to de-ward here. Is that what he got here? Yeah, okay, so he just broke here because he's trying to de-ward. And it was from smoke, and I don't think there's any way he could have really known that for sure. Puppy's pushing this lane. And because of this ward here, I mean, both these wards, Yapsor gets jumped. I mean, this is just like a warding advantage from OG, simply put. It's not like a big mistake or anything from Yapsor. And then Misha's just a little far up here. Yeah, I mean, Misha just died right away with the Reaper Scythe. Buys back. I don't think anybody knows what's going on. This is way too chaotic. I don't even know what's going on. Basher is up, and he ends up killing Amar here. Rupture used on Nisha. OG's just like, what's going on, guys? Amar's like, I don't know what's going on. BZM doesn't know what's going on. Misha doesn't know what's going on. Secret doesn't know what's going on. It's crazy out there. No, just kidding. Secret seemed like pretty control of that fight. So now with no BKB up, they ended up using the root anyway. Left the buyback. Nothing happened of it. Another great fight from Secret there. They've made a couple mistakes here and there along the road, but they've all just been like small individual mistakes. But when it comes to like the team fights so far, they've just been a step ahead here. So Nisha and Yaps are trying to find someone on the top lane here. Yet again, smoke. You're kind of noticing Team Secret smoke patterns. Nisha and Yapsor doing a two-man smokes a lot. Puppy gets caught. They're looking for a kill here, but OG's already out. Just a little bit of a misread here by Secret. But their patience doesn't get rewarded. So, oh man, what's going on? Can you just doom them? Hello? Gets his BKB off. What are they doing? This is a great play by Secret. They catch enemy carry out here. Get the perfect initiation on them. They're here. They want to play. Just doom him, and I'm pretty sure he's dead, right? But he allows them to get the BKB off, and that's that. Alright, so OG, both their lanes are in a decent spot, so they decide to smoke. I like this. This is a 5-man smoke, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to get a kill on mid, because they have this ward. But because they're 5 here, they're allowed to make initiations like this. Whether they go on Shen here is a good thing or not for them, we'll see, because Nisha gets the roll off on top of BZM here, and they're also going to land the Reaper Scythe, and we're not even going to get Overgrowth off here, so... Looks like the choice of diving the Shen here was a poor choice indeed, as 4 of OG will be going down here, and we're going to get a bash. No bash. Super lucky here. So let's go back and check that out, and like why this particular play I did like, but at some point turned into a bad play. And there's very small reasons for why this would succeed and why it would not succeed. So in like your lower MMR games, this play would probably work. But if you're, as you'll notice, the more and more you climb the ladder, and eventually if you do end up playing professional Dota, these type of plays you have to be very careful for. So Puppey's not a priority target, right? He is just a Chen, a POS 5. He's very farmed, don't get me wrong here, but the only reason why this play is very difficult is because it's so close to a tower, right? So if Puppey was caught here and he got ruptured and died, his team wouldn't really be able to help so much. So the reason why this play like did not succeed is because they go on Shen, right? Whole team is ready. You know, Necrophos is ready with Boots of Travel. He's going to TP in. They're just chilling here. This is their vision too, by the way. So if you want to kind of like take a look at like what Secret sees, is they see everything around here. You know, they're hiding behind the tower, and OG's vision, they don't see anything. They just see this Shen. And your Augie's, he's going in, right? He's going in. But he doesn't have his Lincolns yet. So if he gets linked by Razor, or if he doesn't get his BKB off in time, this fight can go incredibly poorly for them. And of course, let's not forget about Wraithback. So, you know, what an item. So he kind of gets all his items off right away. And yeah, they end up killing the Shen. Enigma's getting canceled by Puppey's creeps, actually. This is a really good play. And they end up bursting him down. So that was actually a really good play by Puppey. Just overall, like, the micro, which is just like cancel the black hole while he's getting killed. Quite good. Well, the blink dagger, so he can't black hole, I should say. And that should have been a team wipe too. It's like incredibly unlucky to like get a full swashbuckle off without it bashing. So quite lucky there by Uragi to get out. So moral of the story here by OG is you probably shouldn't dive where you don't have vision. If it's on like a non-priority target. Like if they caught Razor there with the rupture and they felt like they could chain stun him, different story. Because if Razor even was to buy back into that fight, it's quite costly. But let's just say Chen buys back there. That's not going to hurt him very much to win the fight, to be out of position. Plus they're using a big spell like Rupture to start that fight. I mean, I personally like am noticing a difference of not having Seb in their games already. I know it's their first game and they need some time to gel, but I'm quite certain that Seb was a big voice on this team on like how to play around vision, because they're not doing it that great in this particular game. So you'll kind of notice that this is the first Aegis, right? You'll see that OG has no real interest. It's actually a really late Aegis for the first one. There's just been so much brawling in this game. You'll see OG has no interest in fighting. Taiga's just gonna split push the lanes. You know, BZM died down here. Like, the whole reason for this is they're not looking to fight into the Aegis. They're just like split pushing the side lanes, seeing if anything can happen. Taiga's showing his Wraith back here. Looks like he's gonna do something here, but Yapsor, what a play. That was a great play by Yapsor, and it might seem very simple, but he just threw the Fey grenade on him. Like, Taiga was just like, it's Doom. He has no range. I'm just gonna toss all the stuff on him, harass him, and get out. But like, boom. Fey grenade, blink canceled. Now he's gonna die. Gets punished for a bit of a cheeky play. And you'll notice BZM immediately after Taiga dies. I mean, I'll keep going this over and over again. When someone dies on one part of the map, your play is to go to the opposite side of the map and shove it. Because what's going to happen when you do that is now they're going to have to defend this, which will now give you an opening to push this again. Right? But if you don't do anything about this, you don't do anything about this, know what you're next, you're just stuck in your base. with their whole team
Radiant's middle
getting
tower
outfarmed.
is-
So they're doing the best they can given circumstances. They're just kind of waiting for their opening to make something happen in this game. And that opening will be a numbers advantage, some item timing, probably one of those two. As far as items we got in the game, looks like we're gonna mass Lincoln Sphere to protect us from the rupture. Doom's going for 1-2. Nisha's going for 1 as well. He can already get rid of the roots by buying the shard on Pango. Puppy, he just bought a gem recently. They're going for vision control. Let's check out. Look, this is the vision of OG right now. Pretty scary. Playing into it. They have literally 0 wards on the map. Vision from Secret. Not super good, but it's better. And they do have a gem as well. Crystallis has a gem. He passed it over. Going for Satanic. Satanic will allow him to get out of the roots immediately if he does choose to use it. And Ice is going for a Radiance. Like, this item makes sense if you're really tanky, in my opinion. But, like, if you have a Vessel and a Blink Dagger and bots, like, are you really going to be getting a lot of Radiance burn off in the fights? Yeah, that one's a little questionable to me. But we'll see. Maybe I'll eat my words here. Maybe the Radiance burn will win them the game. I mean, I don't like to flame people without giving an alternative, right, in a build. And I think my alternative would be to get a Scythe of Ice this game. Because he has a Blink Dagger, he has bots, he's already so squishy. You might as well go play, like, caster build. Or he should have tanked up a bit and got a Saya. Sange and Kaya. Saya. That's not an item. I would even be fine with, like, fucking Dagon. I bet a Dagon would be more damage. Blink Dagon ult someone.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I will put my face in the fundamental stand.
A lot of interesting things happen, but I'm most curious about the initiation. So both teams smoke up. I really like Secret Smoke here. I mean, they're both good, but you're gonna notice how both teams are 4-man smoking, right? You need one player to shove the lane, then you want to smoke behind them. We're pushing top lane here, and shoving all the way from OG, so they feel like they can make this play in the mid lane. At the same time, Secrets will push bottom lane, so they also feel like what should happen is this lane shoved, let's make a play mid. They don't want to run top, they want to make something happen. Both teams are farmed, both teams have item timings, they're good to go. It's about initiation at this point. And who gets the initiation? So BZM's ready to go, Taiga's chilling, that's fine. So whoever wins this fight is the one that gets the better initiation. This is the way I see it. That's why, like, playing around vision is, like, so key. So BZM tries to go in, but, like, he fails initiation, right? Then immediately Yapsor gets a great initiation here, gets the Doom off in time. And Crystallis tries to get something happen here, but, like, they're going on different targets. So, like, what I would say they should do, and it's not like a super easy read, is, like, we effed up, guys. And not to point at Misha again, but, like, this ain't an initiation. We're done. They're like, BZM's just like, you know, guys, I fucked up here. They should just get back. And then go back to their vision, right? I don't know if Misha has any vision to place. Yes, he does. Go plant some vision. And this is what, like, I think Seb was doing really well for the team. It's like, he would play around the vision, wait for the enemy to walk on it, and then go. But they don't have any vision here. They already messed up their initiation. They doubled down on it here, right? And then this kind of happens. Now they're deep. They're super deep here. Dies immediately on the Treant. Doom is out. The black hole is like, I don't even know how this even happens. I thought you're supposed to get stunned by black hole. If you're Pango. Wait, what? I'm sorry, I need to see this. How does he get stunned on Enigma? Alright. I mean, normally Pango doesn't move during the black hole, but okay. I mean, I've black holed a lot of Pangos in my time. It's never happened to me yet.
I will put my face in the fundamental.
But either way, OG's initiation was just a bit scuffed there. That's why they lost that fight. Well, let's see what happened here, boys. think we call this a little bit of a 3-2-2, my friends. Let's go explain why everything about this was game throwing. Let's go back to the root of the problem. So the core reason why I don't like this play is because you're winning the game as Team Secret. You're crushing this game. In fact, you're dominating this game. There's no way you should lose this game. I would go that far. I'm okay with plays like these to like go kill him, but you gotta go kill him. You got Reaper Scythe in 17 seconds. You do have roll, but no blink. There's no black hole. But like, what's the play here? You harassed him. He goes in. You use roll. He still has no blink. And Puppy's just sitting over like, what? Why are you throwing my game? And now OG is on the hunt. They find Puppy. Necro buys back into the game. We have a root here on Crystallis. He does not have his Satanic ready. Doom is used, but he's already dead. It looks like Amar is going to go on to Yapsor here. Misha has no real purpose in life anymore. Taiga will die. Amar is a bit low, but keep in mind, this is a buyback from the Necrophos as well. And overall, Team Secret has lost 2,000 gold for that fight. Straight up. They were 15k ahead, now they're 13k. And now they have a win condition. There's no buyback on the Necrophos. So everything that just happened there was a net win. I don't know what I'm looking at here, but this guy has 2 ruptures, my friend. Somebody help. Someone help Secret. They need a doctor. They are bleeding. They're making some real monk-ass initiations in this late game after they had a lead. And you have to realize, like, each one of these deaths isn't just a net worth swing. It's more of like the fact that for 1 minute, they cannot really do anything on the map anymore because key players like Doom and Pango are dead, which allows OG to just not only get more farm if they wanted, but potentially get more kills because Secret just has to play passive and wait for them to respawn. You'll kind of notice that reflects in the net worth as well. And even worse is they actually made that play during a Roche potential respawn time. Yeah, like, nothing could be going worse here. Nothing could go worse here for Team Secret in that like 1 minute time span. Like that choice to make this play here when Roche could respawn, that could have just been a free Roche for Secret. Free Roche for Secret. But because they died there, it was a free Roche for OG on top of the damage that was already done. From 15k to 6k gold. And it's worse than that because like at this point in the game, team fights are what matter. And now they gave Amar the Aegis of all players. Really showing like who's the real boss one on the team. Just give me the Aegis, boys. I'm gonna try that in my pubs when I play offline. I'm like, just give me the Aegis, boys. I'll carry this game. I mean, I think they're giving Amar the Aegis because I think, unironically, he does the most damage. And he's the hero most likely to get initiated on first. Misha, my friend, what's going on here? Oh, he's... Ah, okay. That initiation was actually good. It's just unfortunately Yapsor blinked at the same time. Then Taiga black holes the ground, but Nisha runs into it and then gets ruptured with a 2000 IQ play. Amar's gonna get initiated on. He knows he's like the target here, but he has Aegis Immortal already. Crystallis is fighting the Aegis to the death. Misha with the chat lines here. And BZ, I'm gonna just go ahead and get out of here. And Amar will be going down here once. Buyback is available for Yapsor. No black hole available. Amar has used his BKB, so that's not available. It looks like Ice has the nullifier on him. These creeps are hurting for Puppy, though, and it looks like Amar's just fighting to the death here with no regard for his own life. BZM, Astral Step in 1 second, doesn't even use it. He's saving it. It is available here. He'll use it on Puppy. And there's no more Team Secret players alive. No buybacks as well. It's an absolute disaster. Amar does have buyback if he wants to be an ultimate Chad to use it and close out this game. So in reality here, Taiga just made like the biggest play of his life by black holing the ground and mind controlling Nisha to roll into it. But we can do a little more serious now. It's fun watching these live for the first time, just like see some of the fun moments of the game. So Misha jumped in, right? He saw Yapsor here, like this is a ward of theirs. Unfortunately, versus Pango, Shard just hard counters you. There you go. Yapsor doesn't know what to do here. Not much he can do. The infamous black hole here. And Nisha dies with no buyback. I mean, Yapsor doesn't know what to do as well. He ends up dying. The weird part is that they committed to fight into this. Right. This is what I don't get, is like the decision making to actually fight this. Like, at what point? So kill Misha right away. Like, he's in. I 100% agree. He should just die. He's dead. All right. So in this point of the game, kind of a bit of a stalemate here. Puppy, Namar kind of playing around here, but Peppy should be fine with Slurp Wraith Pack, just chilling. But Nisha's like in. They're kind of chilling and they're waiting. They're all standing on these like, what, Nature's Grasp, is that what it's called? Yeah, Nature's Grasp at the moment. This is so weird. I mean, he doesn't have Shard. It's not pulling him in or anything. I think if they just chill and wait here, they could probably re-engage this fight. Use Doom, etc., etc. I mean, Crystallis is also standing in the Midnight Pulse, by the way. Like, you'll see his HP going down. He's actually just kind of like dying to Midnight Pulse at the moment. I mean, I guess he has Satanic, but I'm sure he wouldn't want to use it for that. Alright, yeah. I mean, it's really just honestly going into that black hole is forcing a bad team fight. I think Clowny casting was better than the real analysis there. Pretty straightforward. I mean, ultimately, like, I don't like to critique too much on like some micro team fight decision making mistakes. Like, it really just comes down to like your decision making before the team fight starts. That's what I care the most about. And in this particular series, Secret did really well in the early game. But in like the mid game, in the late game, I mean the mid game was fine too actually. It was just the late game that they've made a lot of like really poor decision making. Some really bad initiations, and it has caused them to just throw this game. I mean, this last fight for me was whatever. Like, I really think that Secret is just super far behind, even though they had a small gold lead. Fighting into the Aegis is just really difficult in any case in the late game. This is a rare game where the Roche was like not taken. I think it was like 26 minutes was the first Roche or something. Pretty rare. And the second Roche was like, you know, 37 minutes or something. I'm just giving some random numbers here, but I know it was in the 30 plus mark. Now it's 41 minutes into the game. Taiga's going up for a refresher. Game gets really hard if he ends up getting a refresher. Maybe you'll use this Lincoln's from. I mean, honestly, I don't take it back. I think this Radiance has been completely worthless. I think there's for sure a better item than this. And it's not the item's bad on Necro, because it's not bad on Necro. I just don't think with bots, you know, Vessel and a Blink Dagger, that Radiance is going to have much value. For Yapsor, it's item build fine. Maybe BKB would have been better. I honestly don't know. Like, this is like between Lincoln's. It does what he wants, right? It has the effect of whatever he's purchasing should have, and it should be some survivability for his team or for himself. So if he thinks that the Lincoln's is going to protect him more than BKB, in this particular game, it might. You know, you're playing versus the Bloodseeker, or maybe he just wants to use it on his Razor and be a good support. Either way. Decent. Puppy just gets deleted here. Taiga has BKB and Black Hole. He's gonna get the double Black Hole here. Sucking in Yapsor as well. Not realizing he has a shard available. Oh no, he can't do anything. He's rooted. It's the God comp. It drags the root with him. Defying all logic, but I guess it is a black hole, sucking in nature with it. I mean, Taiga always has like that one big black hole every game. He always has a couple sus ones where I'm just like, what's going on? Or he just like dies before getting black hole off. I'm like, interesting. But then he always gets that big clutch black hole, eventually once a game. But yeah, Team Secret here, a bit of a throw. OG looking a little shaky. Like, this does not look like the same OG that won the major to me. But I didn't expect it to either. I think they need a little time to gel with Misha and not having Seb on the team to get back like that form that they had at the major. But all in all, a little bit of a sloppy game from both sides. Surely entertaining. A lot of good play as well. I think the picks were pretty good from both sides as well. Team Secret just really need to focus on being disciplined, I think is the best word to use for them this game. They were not very disciplined, and they kind of just threw away their lead by just like making these like overzealous jumps, trying to make something happen when there was nothing to happen there.